I had a really, really great experience that tied back again to my father. So I was in my hooch one morning. I'd worked that night, and I was drinking a beer and playing my guitar and singing some Mexican drinking songs. And the sergeant walked by, Sergeant Delgado, Ramiro Delgado, stopped and said, "Hey, where'd you learn that?" And I said, "Well, back home." I said, "Well, where's home?" So I told him. He said, "Do you happen to know a guy named Cano Garza there?" He said, "That's my dad. There's only one." He said, "Well, I know your dad." He said, "Really?" He said, "Yes. He owes me, I owe him $50. I said, well, I'm not surprised because Dad used to lend money to whoever. Right? My mom was always upset about that, but he was like the social service agency of Cotulla. And it turns out that they had been in Lubbock, near Lubbock, Texas, picking cotton, and Sergeant Delgado's mother passed away in Ensenada, Texas. So my dad gave him $50 and a bus ticket to get down to his mother's funeral. And Sergeant Delgado then joined the Army and made it a career. But he never paid my dad back. So I was a PFC at the time. 2 weeks later, I was a Spec 4. He just walked in and said, "Here, put these on." And I said, "Sarge, I can't do that unless I have the papers." Well, here are the papers. So I put them on. I was promoted. And exactly 2 months later, it was the required time and grade to be promoted again. He gave me papers for Spec 5. And then he said, "I noticed in your file that your mom and dad are your dependents. So with this, you get quarters allowance for your dependents. Tell your dad that I have paid him back in full." He said, "Dad never expected to pay him back." I said, "Well, just tell him I paid him back." And that's how I made Spec 5 from that good deed that my dad had done many, many years before, came back to his son in Vietnam.